Namaste, everyone. Thank you for joining in this ongoing video series on learning the Lagna. Okay. And today I'll be actually dealing with the Scorpio Lagna. Okay. So we have covered till the Libra Lagna, the Tula Lagna, and today we'll be dealing with the Scorpio Lagna, which means Vishrikha and Vrushchik in Sanskrit. Okay. So Scorpios are those who prefer to avoid following normal procedures. Okay. And they are the natural troublemakers who are as rigid as the scorpion's shiny, solid exoskeleton. Okay. And if you are a Scorpio Lagna, this is what, a very prominent jyotish teacher from India, Mantriji, his name was Mantriji. He told, for Scorpio ascendants that you have to compromise with yourself or you will be digging your own grave. Okay. And the primary word that is associated with the Scorpio Lagna is the peculiarity of it. Okay. And one reason why this Lagna or why this personality is so peculiar is because Aries, which rules the head, it occupies the 6th house of disease. Sorry. So Aries, it occupies the 6th house of disease, and the tail of the scorpion, which is filled with poison, it symbolizes an interest in chemistry, drugs, pharmacology, and similar things. And what are these? These are all 6th house indications. Okay. So the natives having Scorpio Lagna are usually interested in medicine with a particular penchant for surgery because Lagna Lord Mars is the original cutter, which also represents the scalpel. Okay. So Mars also lords and signifies the 6th house of acute illnesses, those of which or some of which may need emergency surgery. Okay. Now, being the 8th house in the natural zodiac, Scorpio also suggests such 8th house medical indications, okay, such as poison, surgery, chronic illness, and death. And Scorpios are renowned for their interest in death, okay, because the scorpion also symbolizes death in some cultures, okay, and also in the occult, which is another 8th house matter. Okay, even astrology is an 8th house matter. All right. Now, Scorpios like to penetrate secrets because the Lagna Lord Mars likes to penetrate. And since the 8th house rules secrets, they like to get the goods on other people. Okay. Now, Scorpio ascendant natives usually have a strong interest in sex because Scorpio is ruled by the virile Mars. And the 12th house of bed pleasures of Scorpio is ruled by the sexy Venus. Okay. So sex becomes yet another indication of the 8th house as well. Okay. Unfortunately, as for Taurus Lagna, in a Scorpio ascendant, the lord of the 7th house, which is Venus, is also the 12th lord. And the ascendant lord, which is Mars, is also the 6th lord. So since the 12th house is the 6th from the 7th, and the 6th house is 12th from the 7th, that means, a negation house. So relationships tend to be lost. Okay, because Venus is also the significator for marriage. So that is the reason, Mantriji asked the students of astrology who he was teaching at that point of time, he asked them to compromise because, Scorpions have a hard time in compromising. And if they don't compromise, relationships can be lost very easily. Okay. Now, Taurus is ruled by the, by the passive counselor Venus. Okay. So this passive counselor Venus must marry the assertive, bossy Mars. Okay. And the admixture of the white Venus with the red of Mars will only yield red. Okay. If you mix red with white, the resultant is always red. So as a result, Scorpios, they tend to submerge their partner's individuality. Okay. And this is a very poor prescription for a healthy relationship. Scorpios often dispute with their parents because Saturn, which is the mutual enemy of Mars, it rules both the 4th house of the mother, and Mars gets debilitated in the 9th house of father. Okay. Saturn represents, scarcity. Okay, Saturn is old, not young, and is also the mutual enemy of the Lagna Lord Mars. So these factors may cause Saturn, which is also the third lord, to limit the number of younger siblings or to promote disagreements with them due to the wide divergence of the native's opinions from those of his or her juniors. Okay. Now, being a Lagna of Mars, which is actually a very individualist planet, Scorpios may have exceedingly heterodox views on religion and philosophy, and they may have very difficult relationships with their teachers and mentors because the Lagna Lord is debilitated in the ninth Lord of spirituality. And this situation is further compounded because Moon, which is the Lord of the ninth house, is actually debilitated in the first house of personality. So what it means is, as a Scorpio ascendant, you may end up following teachings without deeply personalizing them, and may, particularly if either Moon or Mars or both are afflicted. If this happens, then a Scorpio native may speak out against gurus, against vidyas, or even against religion. Okay? The Scorpio natives usually have strong ambitions because the sun rules and is the significator for the 10th house of fame. And they are very brave because Mars is exalted in the third house of courage. Scorpios, however, they are hardly ever satisfied in their own birthplace or dwelling place because Saturn, which is the lord of the fourth house, is inimical to Mars, which is the lord of the Lagna. And also because Moon, which is very, very changeable, lords the ninth house of travel. So, Scorpions, although they like to travel, they frequently run into difficulties while on the road because Mars debilitates in the ninth house of long distance travel. Okay, so this is my assessment of Scorpio Lagna or Scorpio Ascendant. Let me know in the comment section if this resonated with you. And if it did, if you did find value from this video, kindly like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Promote the content. And I'll see you soon in the next video on Sagittarius Lagna. That's it from me. Thank you for watching. Om Guru Namaha.